we need to bring in the Inec.
I think that we should interface with Inec and not create suspicion.
Was it Adama? I will not want to disappoint you. And for me to accept to go into this, let us strategize and discuss the arrangements and how it can be achieved.
Tambuwal. That's why we are meeting.
Okay.
Let us sit down and find any other technology that may be used to make sure that, I will emerge. So there has to be a way of how we can find, loopholes.
We are going to provide for the INEC officials, starting from the polling units through to the ward collation centers, and I just hope that we are going to have to find a way to rig the elections, and this is the best time to do so.
It's not enough.
No?
It's not enough. First of all, you give money to the state INEC, you must also make sure that they don't use beavers, because we have seen what the use of beavers have resulted in Oshun.
Atiku Abubakar, I am with you on this one.
And you also supervise to make sure that we use the central bank to share the money.
Okay.
And then, of course, find a way to get them out of power.
It will be extremely difficult, in a way. You see, it depends on certain fundamentals and indices. If Nigerians are having only two options, clearly, from two regions, then one of them will be. The numbers will count in this case. And we all know the voting strength of each and every bloc in this country.
It's obviously a major issue. It should not be restricted to... we must look at the things that will give us results.
And always ready to support a process that will bring in one of our best to be president of Nigeria. So I try as much as possible to do my work. For me, I don't like mistakes. And as I've said, I have won my elections 5 times consecutively. We all know that I have the support of my home base. So it's a matter of strategy. It's not about me. It's about Atiku Abubakar Waziri Adamawa to be president of Nigeria.
We cannot act with disregard of normal rules. There is a need to give INEC money to be able to run their processes on their own and to mobilize their people for the purpose of the elections. That is likely going to make a stronger impact, not the way we're going through.
Okay. And where are those areas that should be difficult also always to correct? Winning election.
The INEC officials, they need to take instructions from the PDP agents, and there is no doubt that the process are just good enough to ensure that the system is not questionable.
Okay. Are you sure we can win the election?
Yes. It must be done in such a way that it is skewed in favor of PDP.
Even with beavers?
Yes.
Okay.
But I think we're on course. It's just a question of trying.
Okay.
I'm sure you all heard their voices. Very, very, very real. But believe you me, when they want to respond, they will tell you, oh, these voices were doctored, or they will just keep quiet. One thing again is that with all these revelations here and there, from APC, PDP, and all other political parties, and those who are engaged in vote buying, do you know what? Nothing will happen at the end of the day. It is just like a, name and shame them. That's just the way I see it, because in the past, for God knows when, we have had cases of all of this exposure here and there, but nothing happened to them. And somebody was even talking about the violence that took place in, I don't know whether in Kano, in one of the northern states, between APC and the Kwakwanso party, NNPP. And people are asking that, why is it that these things are just so common? It's because people are not being punished for the offense they committed. So they will know that there's somebody somewhere, there's a upper power up there that will tell them, oh, order from above, just release. They won't do nothing unless maybe luck runs out, you are out of, luck runs out of you. That is when you see them do something. Honestly, nothing will happen. Especially when it comes to these big weeks, nothing will happen. The next thing they will tell you, oh, it was doctored. It's the work of the mischief makers. It's the work of the enemies. This and that. That's what they are going to be telling you. Just the same way, even the EFCC boss intercepted, according to him, 32.4 million naira cash they want to use for vote buying in Lagos. The first thing is that they didn't even release the name, but the one in River State, immediately the name was published, the face, everything. The man was just faces all over the place. Like I said, if you are not in their good record or good book, they will use you as a scapegoat. So this kind of a thing will continue to happen until when we are ready. Because one thing I have discovered is that even if you have somebody who is ready to do the right thing during the person's period or tenure, everything will seem so good. Even at that particular time, they will still want to make things or make the government ungovernable for the person, to make it difficult. Even if the person at the end of the day later succeeds, when other people are coming back, they will come back, with full force with their corruption tendency. That is what has been happening in this country. I don't even know how we're going to do it. Everybody is shouting obi, 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 and little will the man will be able to do, even if at all, if they are not going to make life uncomfortable for him. At the end of the day, even if he leaves, at the end of the day, what happens? The evil people will still come back with their evil agenda, because it's like everybody is used to this kind of a lawlessness. I remember, irrespective of anything, see, Fashola, no, because we know that he's trying to play to the gallery now. When that man was governor, we could feel we felt the essence of governance. We felt good governance. As at that time, everything was on point and people were ready to work with him. But as soon as he left, everything just scattered. That's where we are, where we are today. No, just give it to him. He did his best. He tried his best. But see, even the man in Cross River, Donald Duke, see all the projects, all the things that he did during his time. After everything just gone back to worse. Not even bad. From good to worse. So with all these revelations, just like I said, to what end will all of this take us? Is the same going to be business as usual? You rub my back, I rub your back. I don't know. And everybody will just be, oh, we want a better country. We want a new Nigeria. We want this. But when it comes to the nitty gritty, you begin to see people giving excuses and all of that. So we are expecting Atiku and the group caught in this act to respond to this. But your guess is as good as mine. You know what they are going to be telling you, what they're going to be saying at the end of the day. The issue of vote buying in during their primaries. Did you hear anything again? But I'm even surprised that the EFCC is looking for who to catch, who to use as a scapegoat. At the end of the day, it's all initial gra. Nothing will come out of it. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.